Hi there. Well, today I've got with me the Motion R12, which is a brand new tablet from the folks over in Austin, Texas, from Motion Computing. It's a rugged tablet, as you can see by the sort of tough looking design, but it's a 12-inch screen, high resolution, runs Windows 8 natively out of the box, and it's a really interesting workhorse tablet. Now, one of the things that Motion do really well with their tablets is that they don't just build a tablet, they build a complete ecosystem of products around their tablets. For example, behind me here, and I'll just scroll across there, you'll see that I use the Motion Computing F5. I've actually got the F5 attached to a vehicle docking station, and with that vehicle docking station then I've got my extra screens, keyboard and mouse attached to it. So there's a vehicle docking station, there's a desktop docking station, there's even a charging station where you can put 5 tablets flat directly into the charging station and lock them up. You can access them via Ethernet and all sorts of things. There's carry straps and shoulder straps, and there's carry cases. Motion have got accessories like spare batteries, spare car chargers, car battery chargers, basically the whole set of accessories that you could ever imagine for a tablet, Motion will build, and they've done that with the R12 as well. Although I've got this pre-production version of the tablet here today, I don't have all the accessories with me, but you will see more on those from us on our website or coming up over the next couple of months as we get the shipments of those devices. So the R12 has an Intel Core i5 or i7 processor inside. It's the 4th generation Haswell chip that's built into this tablet, so really good on power. We found that this device ran a full day for us on Friday when we were doing some demonstrations with the device. It also has 8 GB of RAM and up to 256 GB hard drives installed in the device from the factory, which is fantastic. So you can see that it is a device that is designed to replace a laptop or a desktop PC. So let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the Motion R12. Looking at the back of the tablet here, you can see that we've got a hot swap battery here. I'm not going to take this one out because it's on the pre-production unit, but basically it's just a matter of flipping that little connector there, pull the battery out. Now you can do that while the unit is running. Go get another battery, put that in, and basically you don't have to even turn the machine off. You don't even have to put it into sleep. It'll just keep running while you have the battery out, which is fantastic. In the bottom of the tablet we've got 2 speakers. We've also got our docking connector here, so this will connect into your vehicle dock or into a desktop docking station. So when I use this device, I'll basically come into my office here and plug it straight into the desktop dock, and I'll have all my USB ports, USB 3 ports, etc. connected through that little docking connector there on the docking station. This module here, this area here, you can see is modular, and that's because Motion have a device called SlateMate, or an extension called SlateMate. That's an optional feature of this tablet, and it does clip into this section here. It's something that's fitted in the factory. And that enables expansion to include a barcode reader, a serial port, and also an RFID reader. And it's something that just protrudes off the bottom of the tablet about that long, just slightly, if you choose that option. On the left hand side facing the back of the tablet we have our ports, our USB port, our audio in and out, HDMI, full-size SD card, and an LTE 4G SIM card slot there. So those are features that are built into the tablet, which is great. And next to that we have something that I really rate highly, a fingerprint reader. Something that Motion have been doing for many years is including those fingerprint reader systems into their devices. Now that Apple have put the fingerprint reader on the iPhone 5S, a lot of people seem to accept this form of authentication more. Basically in Windows, if I swipe my finger across that fingerprint sensor there, it's effectively the same as typing in my password. It doesn't replace the need for a password. You can still type your password in if you want to, but being able to just swipe and log in is a lot easier than typing in your password 20 times a day, which can be quite frustrating. Above that we've got our Wacom Active Digitizer Pen. It's a really nice and generously sized Wacom pen. This pen will be fine for taking a lot of notes. It's got a nice thick barrel to it, and it fits right inside the tablet there. But you'll also notice that next to that pen slot there is actually a tether point here, so that I can tether the pen to the tablet so that you don't lose it, and that's a feature that's really lacking in a lot of tablets these days with Wacom pens. Just above that, big improvement for Motion on this device, the R12, is an 8 megapixel camera with an LED flash there, which is really good. Great for documentation and those sorts of things. Unfortunately, with Windows 7 on the old devices, we couldn't get such high resolution cameras. And lastly, we've got our volume buttons on the side here, and you will notice that there is a fan on this device, so there's an intake here for the fan and an outlet for the fan here. This unit is IP54 rated, so it is very water and dust resistant. You could probably take it into the shower with you if you wanted to, but it is, even though that fan unit is there, that is actually a sealed area. And we've also got some function buttons on the side, on the left hand side here, that are backlit illuminated, so I can press one of those buttons there, and the button that I've pressed will give a little bit of haptic feedback, as well as it'll illuminate on the screen there, which is pretty cool. So you can see this device here, this R12 is running Windows 8, which is a really great operating system for this tablet. Nice and fast and fluid, really takes advantage of the touch features of the tablet. But of course you can, if you need to, run Windows 7 on this tablet. It will support Windows 7, which is good. But having this Intel Core i5 or i7 processor power at your fingertips, that's the 4th generation of that processor, on a device like this makes it a really productive device. But especially with Windows 8, you've both got the ability to run the new modern applications, the full screen touch applications. You also have the ability to run desktop applications here too, which is really great. Now you can see here that the Motion R12 has a high resolution 1920 by 1080 screen. For this size screen, 12 inches, that's probably more than enough in terms of screen resolution. What it does enable you to do though is to actually split the screen quite comfortably and to be able to have two applications here side by side. So I've got my Microsoft OneNote over on this side. Here, I'll just ditch the keyboard if I can. And on the right hand side I've got a desktop application open at the same time. And we can bias or split the screen whichever way we prefer there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pen out, and we'll have a look at how the tablet performs as a note-taking device. You can see that we've got a few notes on the page here, and I'm just going to configure the pen. We want the standard setup there, so you can see that it works really well. It's fast, it's responsive, and it works really good. And it switches between touch and pen really easy. The great thing about the Wacom Digitizer system is that you can lean your hand on the screen like this, because when the pen's in range of the screen it turns touch off. I pull the pen away, I touch the screen, and it automatically switches between pen and touch. So it makes the writing experience really par none. It's actually it's a really good system to use, especially on a nice large screen like this. We've got a lot of area to work with, but if I'm writing something across the screen over here, then I really do need to rest my hand on the screen as I'm doing it, because if I'm having to hover, it's really ergonomically quite bad. So the Wacom Pen System here works a treat on the Motion tablet, and the pen, as I said before, is quite a nice shape and size to use on a large device like this. It's something that you could use for an extended period of time because it's nice and thick and easy to hold. So I hope that's given you a quick overview of the Motion R12. The R12 is really designed for people who are really highly mobile, people who are on the go all the time and need a device that they can take with them and work on wherever they are. So people who are out in the field, who are working in rugged environments, for example, the R12 would be a really interesting and good option for them. But even people like myself, who is not necessarily in a rough environment, you can see my hands here, they don't have any calluses on them or anything like that. I'm really a computer guy. But I do travel a lot, and I spend a lot of time in the car and on planes and those sorts of places. So having a rugged tablet for me is actually quite important, because there's been so many times when I've had the tablet in my hand and I've actually dropped it. The old F5 that's behind me has had a couple of hits on the road and those sorts of things. And with a rugged device, I know that it's going to survive even those sorts of things on a daily basis, which is really important to me. So, so the R12 is a really interesting option for me to be able to have this sort of hardware, this sort of really high performance and fast hardware, in a nice large tablet form factor like this is really compelling. If you're looking for a rugged device and you think that the Motion R12 might be of interest to you, then give us a call, because we do on-site demonstrations right across Australia. But not only that, one of the things that we've found over time with any tablet, no matter what the platform, no matter what the operating system, is that training is really essential to get the best out of the device. We charge companies, big corporates, thousands of dollars to do that training on site, but if you buy a Motion tablet from us, we'll actually do that training for you free of charge. So it's something special that we offer with the Motion tablets, and it's available to you exclusively through tabletpc.com.au. So give us a call, and as I said, we can arrange a demonstration for you of the R12 on site anywhere in Australia.